Hi guys. Yee. So nice to see you. What did I tell you? I said that I'll be back. And back I am. So today we're going to be doing a little story time. I'm going to be telling you guys a story because apparently I just have bad luck. I'm going to be telling you guys a story about the time I dated this guy and then later on found out he was in an arranged marriage. Anyways, if you're interested in hearing this story, continue watching after the intro.
Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
All right. Hi, guys. Thank you for sticking around. My name is Chantal, and I like to make videos where I talk about my personal experiences, psychology, and give out tips. If you're interested in any of those topics, or you watched a few videos and you found me kind of, interesting, please feel free to just subscribe down below, comment, and like the video. All right? So let's just dive right into things, right? This story is about the time I had an ex who was in an arranged marriage. All right, so this story began in 2015, guys. So, way back then, I know it's not that long ago, but I was still in high school. It was my senior year, and prior to that, I did not date. I wasn't someone who dated. But I met this guy, and he was very intriguing and interesting. Um, he was from Liberia, and he came from a pretty wealthy family, from what I got. And I don't know, it wasn't just that. I don't know, he was everything I imagined. Handsome, well articulate, college educated, just the perfect guy, right? At least that's what I thought. So, when we first met, we weren't dating, like, or it wasn't romantic. We met as friends, and we were just talking as friends and stuff. But eventually I started just catching feelings for this guy. And so I remember saying to him, I'm starting to catch feelings for you, and I don't know if that's okay. I know we're friends, but like, if you think that's like inappropriate, or if you're not into that, let me know, and I'll work on that, because I'm just being upfront and honest with you. So he, remember this, and you gotta remember to these details by the time we get to the end. So he tells me, he was quiet at first, but then eventually he was like, I kind of have feelings for you too. So something blossomed from there. So finally we started talking in like a romantic way. And then he asked me out on our first date. And I remembered it. It was like a bar, it was a hookah bar. And then we went, afterwards, we were planning to go dancing. And then after that, like, we were leaving the club, whatever, the bar, and it was raining, and we sat in the car. Remember this part. We sat in the car talking. We shared our little first kiss or whatever. And then he asked me, "Hey, what do you feel about us? Like, how are you feeling? How is things, you know?" And I was just kind of hiding it, like, "Oh, I don't know. I like you and everything." And then he finally says, "Well, do you want to be my girlfriend?" Remember this, guys. Remember this detail. And I was like, yeah, I really do. So, yeah. So, from there, I thought that I was the luckiest girl ever, and that I had the most handsome boyfriend, most established man ever. I was so proud. And we were having, it was great. He was romantic. It was like a dream. Then a few months later, maybe during near the end of the school year, near to my graduation, things started to change. He started to be a little different. He wasn't texting as much, and I don't know, something changed and I was curious. So I was like, what's going on? I haven't heard from you in a while. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. My cousin is in town.
I know you fucking lying, bitch.
And I was like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. He's like, yeah, but we could hang out next week or something. And I was like, okay. So his cousin was in town, right? So next week comes by and I was like, okay, are we gonna hang out now? He's like, oh yeah, let's hang out. So we finally hang out and I remember going in his room and passing like a closet and noticing these bras. And I went over and I saw like female clothes, some girl shoes and bras and stuff. And I was like, oh, whose is this? 'Cause now, when we were talking, I thought his cousin was a guy. But then he was like, oh, no, yeah, that's my cousin's stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. Your cousin was over? And he was like, yeah, she was over. Yeah, she left her stuff here. I was like, why would she leave her stuff here? And he was like, oh, yeah, just, in case she comes back. I was like, okay. So yeah, then, we kept dating or whatever. And then another point that, I probably should have ran. Now, y'all don't judge me. Don't judge me. Don't. So we're in the car, right? And we're talking and, just chilling. And then he gets a call. And I looked at the phone. Why it said wifey?
Oh, honey. Honey.
On the phone. It said wifey on the phone. So I was like, wifey? Who's that? Who's calling you named wifey? It's like, yeah. He was like, oh, what sometimes when you have a friend and like, y'all be messing around and be calling each other, wifey, hubby, like a work friend. And I was like, that's weird. Why would you call that if you have a girlfriend? Like, why would you have that in your phone? And he's like, oh, it's nothing. Now, should I had run? Perhaps. That moment, I probably should have booked it out of there. But I was already invested in this guy. I find it really hard to detach once I get invested. So I was already invested and I went along with the story. Then I was like, could you change it? I don't really like that, just change her name. And he was like, oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. And then that was that. So again, we were talking again normally. And then again, he went like ghost. And I'm like thinking, I wonder what happened to him. What's going on? Is his cousin back in town? And then, okay, so this was when I guess he couldn't hide it anymore. So he was just like, we got to talk. I need to tell you something. And I was like, oh, God, what's going on? Is he going to dump me? Because he's been quiet lately. I don't know what's going on. So he's like, okay, so I have to be honest. And I was like, okay, what's going on? He was like, kind of in an arranged marriage, but I really don't want to go through with it. And I was like, what?
What the Oh, shit.
And then, so he's like, yeah, but my fiance, she's okay with me talking to other girls while we're going through this. And I was like, oh, okay, oh, this is weird. I was like, I didn't know what to do. I was like, should I go run? But like, I don't know. He was perfect, guys, perfect. And I was invested in him. And then he kept doing this thing where he'd be like, I feel like I'm not gonna go through with this. I'm really into you, da 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 da. So my young dumb self was hopeful. I was hopeful that he would leave his arranged marriage. Guys, I was young. I was 18, okay? So I was very hopeful he would do that and that we would live happily ever after. But happily ever after never always ends like that, does it? Alright, so a few weeks goes by and this is the end of the story basically. We had plans to do something and had him on Snapchat, and I messaged him like, hey, I've been waiting for you to come get me because you said you were coming and you haven't really texted back. He didn't answer. He read it. So I was like, okay, that's weird. I go on his Snapchat, right? And I see him in a video with a girl, and they were like kissing and hugging and, you know, on the video. So I was like, oh, wow. I texted like you know how you can tag the video and then talk on it on Snapchat? So I was just like, oh, wow, who's that? And he's like, it wasn't him. It was the girl this time. So the girl was like, who are you? This is my fiance. Da, 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 da. And I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah. All right. And so I texted him again. I was like, dumb. Like, oh my, I don't know why I did this. I was just like, wow. Okay, that's cool. Whatever. And then I don't know what happened, but it escalated. Like, I think he started telling her that I'm like this crazy girl that was like stalking him. And so she texts me stuff like, okay, my husband, my fiance is saying my fiance needs you to stop stalking him and all that stuff. And wow, I was just sitting there like, stalking him, babe. What? So I got a little argument with her. I was like, girl, he is a lying, cheating, no good for nothing. Just let you know, ain't nobody stalking him. And so, yeah, basically, he started screaming, hey, stop, like, he texted back, like, oh, stop acting like I like you just because I was friendly to you. She's like, yeah, these girls always thinking they're friendly, always thinking you, just because you're friendly, that you like them, and da-da-da-da-da. And then, okay, basically at the end of that, he claimed that I was a crazy girl that, you know, was into him, but all that. And then he ended up blocking me. And yeah, so it was like, sorry. He ended up blocking me. And after that, that was the end of that. I never seen or heard of him. That was how I got dumped. Sucked. I was sad. But whatever. Sorry guys, my camera keeps dying on me. But basically, I say all this to say, don't be dumb like me. Man, if a guy got wifey on his phone, run. Gosh, that's why I'm giving y'all tips, y'all, because I need help. Anyways, guys, please like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna be back for more videos. It was so nice seeing you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed my story. Bye.
I'll be back.